Kia ora, I'm Shannon. Welcome to Yoga with enSoul. It's a short video about your child's pose variations. So child's pose is an extra special pose. It's a very restorative pose, as well as opening the heart, the belly, and connecting those three centers, mind, heart, and belly, but also stretches the spine and gives the hips, knees, and shins a nice stretch as well. I recommend that your child's pose is something you perfect. Know what's comfortable for you, because whenever we're working through a flow or doing active yoga, the option is to come back to child's pose to relieve any discomfort, to bring your heart rate and tone down your nervous system, or just take a break. So let's explore some of the options. So we're going to come over to our hands and knees. And I'm going to begin with my favorite, which is a very vinyasa style child's pose, which is the wide-kneed child's pose. So keeping those big toes pointing towards each other or touching. Open the knees wide, almost to the edge of your mat. And I actively push the ground away to sink the hips over the heels. I give myself a little bit of a wriggle round because, you know, stress and tension that sits in the tissues around your hips just needs a little bit of eking out. And with that thought in your head that you're going to lay your head down on the ground. Now, it doesn't actually have to come all the way down to the ground. So first option is your support here of your fists. So you can take your forearms to the ground, stack your fists on top of each other, and then rest your forehead on the mat. You want to establish a really nice breath. So close your eyes. Let the hips become heavy. Allow your spine to lengthen out of those hips. Breath from nose to belly up into chest. And easily out again. For those who feel that support is not needed, you can stretch the arms to the front edge of the mat and allow your heart and forehead to sink all the way down to the ground. Continue to flow, nose to belly. And on every exhale, let the hips sink further and further down towards the heels. So we have this connection, and the busy mind creates a heavy heart and a knotted up stomach. So use this pose to hand the busyness of the mind over to the ground. Breathe down to the belly to unknot the stomach and open the heart. Next variation from this pose would be an active child's pose, which is often used in our vinyasa yoga as well. So active pose would be coming right up onto your fingertips and lifting the elbows off the ground. So you can keep your forehead to the ground if you want. Remember, stay connected to breath. And notice the space you're creating in the waist, edges of the neck. Let the inhale expand on that, creating space in the body. Next option would be to lift the head so that you're even more activated through the torso. You can even look forward to the top end of your mat and drop your gaze to the top end of the mat and stay intent on your breath. Variation is walking over to the right, opening the left side of the body. So keep those hips lovely and heavy over those heels. Pad the hands over to the right. And you can be active right up on the fingertips and hovering off the ground, which is bringing a lot of space, or you can relax this by taking your forearms to the ground and your forehead. And in between that, you can slide that left fist under the forehead to support yourself. Breathing into the space that you've opened, waist, rib cage. We're going to activate it again, so come back up onto your fingertips, hover the ground, hover the torso over the ground. We're going to come back through center. Enjoy alignment, enjoying that nice stretch. We're going to pad our way out to the other side. So left side opening, right side of the body. Remember your options to enhance it or extend it. Sweep that right hand further around, drop the forehead all the way to the ground. Enjoy that beautiful stretch in the side of the back, opening in the waist and rib cage. Allowing space in the mind, openness in the heart, and unravel the tension in the belly. And remember the option to slide the fist under the forehead to support yourself, or to stay activated by hovering the torso and right up on the fingertips. And you're going to come up onto those fingertips, hover the body and pad our way back through to center. A moment just to enjoy being at your center. Another variation is to thread the needle. So keep your right arm long but activated, so the elbow's off the ground to begin with. And we're going to slide through the needle of the left hand under the right armpit. A nice shoulder stretch, and then relax back down. And I'll just give you a different view. You stay as you are. Give you a different view of this pose. Focus on quality and anatomy of the breath for the next 3 rounds. And you can explore. I like to look under, explore a little movement here, look under the right armpit, or even reach the right hand to the sky just to have a wee revolve before coming back down and to thread the needle. I'm going to change sides to activate the right arm. Come right up onto the fingertips. Unthread the left arm. Just move around to observe any sensations that come from the movement. And we'll go out to the other side. I'm just going to push those hips back over my heels because they've left the ground a little bit. Lift into the belly to extend spine. Take that right arm. Thread it under the left. Bring the head or temple back down to the ground and enjoy the stretch through that right shoulder. I notice a change in distribution of my weight. If I've gone to my right temple, it alleviates the stretch a little if it's too deep. And if I want to take a little bit more depth on that stretch, just bring the center of your forehead to the ground, or the tip of your forehead. And allow the full weight of my chest on the arm to accentuate the stretch through the right side. And breathing in deeply for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finding that lovely flow of breath. Come Coming up onto your fingertips and unthreading and allowing yourself to be long. So my final variation that we're going to demonstrate today is the more restorative child's pose, and I've purposely left this one to last so that you can really bring that nervous system down and really find yourself relaxing. So I'm bringing the knees together, taking the weight of my hips over my heels. Might even take a wee seat here first. You're curving the spine, so it's allowing there to be this beautiful juicy curve in your spine as you bring the forehead down. Now, if you don't meet the mat, that's okay. Pop a pillow or blocks or fists to the ground to meet your forehead so that you're not creating any undue tension in the body. I'm going to press my forehead to the ground, and the beautiful scoop of the arms around. I just place my hands either to the side of my hips or feet with the palms up. I actually like to take hold of my feet. Close the eyes. Yeah, find a space between the thoughts. Don't worry if the thoughts keep coming. Allow them to come without judgment and allow them to leave with ease. Imagine a light breeze through the mind, just blowing the thoughts away. And as you find space between the thoughts, allow there to be ease through the abdomen and openness through the heart. Breathing in, swelling belly up against the thighs. And letting it out and feeling the body shrink away, much like waves crashing over the body, swelling up and bringing things to the surface. Exhaling and washing away the thoughts, the sensations, the tension. Allow the body to melt. And feel like it's sinking further and further down to be supported to the ground below us. Just observe yourself for a moment and the way that you feel after being in this restorative pose where you've had a chance to give yourself a rest. Notice and observe what it's like to have handed your mind over to the ground. It's not often we lay down the head on the ground. And with that observation, without judgment or too much thought, just rise on up. You can let the hands push your way and rise up onto your feet. Take the hands in a bind behind you and pull the hands away to squeeze the shoulder blades and just open heart space. Breathe deeply into that space you create. You're going to slide the sit bones to the side and return yourself to a seat. Be aware of the calm you've created from spending some time in all those variations of child's pose. Know that it's a tool that you can use at any time. I find if I receive bad news or that I'm hyped up over something and I really need to tone down, I take to the floor and find my child's pose of choice. Depending on how much I need to restore will be depending what child's pose I choose. Sometimes the more active is more soothing. Sometimes that really scooped up version at the end, the restorative one, and sitting in there for quite a while and just connecting to your breath and yourself will bring calm to your body. I'd love to know what was your favourite version. Feel free to leave a comment with your favourite version or add to the thread by telling me a version that you know and use that I didn't show you. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the yoga content. For you to be able to see more yoga content and for us to be able to keep it free, it would be really important to us that you could like, subscribe and comment on these videos to help bring it into the algorithm all to our favor. If you want more, we offer full-length classes and more hints and tips on well-being and everything yoga over at Yoga with enSoul. You can either follow the link right up here or pop into the descriptions and see our link to our website. Look forward to having you join us on more yoga content. Namaste.